Hi, and welcome to Angie's Tasty Tuesday, brought to you by Transition Nutrition and Fitness Coaching. I'm Angie, and I'm here every Tuesday to bring you a new and delicious whole food plant-based recipe that you can incorporate into your family's weekly menu. Outside today, it's all things white because winter is definitely here in Michigan. Where you are, maybe you've got some green, but here there's not much green to be seen. So January, we're going to focus on bringing in some of those dark leafy greens into our diet. Now I know some of you aren't a big fan, but we're going to make them delicious and tasty so that you're willing to incorporate them into your diet and make this year a healthy start. Today we're going to be using cranberries and broccoli to create a broccoli salad with a poppy seed dressing. That is just delicious. So let's get started. We're going to start off with making the dressing in the Vitamix, and you will need a high-speed blender because we're using raw cashews. And if you don't have a high-speed blender, you're going to want to soak those raw cashews in boiling water for about 30 minutes to soften them up. Vitamix or Blendtec, you can just throw them right in. So we're going to start with 3/4 of a cup of raw unsalted cashews, 3/4 of a cup of water, 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Now, if you're on a salt-restricted diet, you can leave the salt out or reduce it, but it's 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt for the whole dressing. And we've got a teaspoon of poppy seeds set aside to add after we make our dressing, because you don't want to grind up your poppy seeds. So you're going to start off on low, grind it up, and we'll be right back. That's all blended. We're going to put our poppy seeds in and give it just a pulse or two to incorporate them. We're not going to do it for long because, again, we don't want to grind up the poppy seeds, but just a pulse on low to kind of incorporate this poppy seeds into the dressing. Now our dressing is done, and we're going to go ahead and put our salad together. You want to grab a rather large mixing bowl, and we're going to start with 8 cups of broccoli florets. You want these to be bite-sized, so I cut them kind of small, and I buy the bags that are already pre-cut, but I do chop off the ends that get kind of brown. And always with your broccoli or any of your dark leafy greens, you want to chop them and let them set for at least 15 minutes so that that chemical reaction can occur that makes them the most nutritious to put into our bodies. So again, 8 cups of broccoli florets. I have a generous 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. You could also use walnuts, but I really prefer the pecans for the flavor. A 1/2 cup of 50% reduced sugar craisins. Now you can also use regular raisins, or golden raisins are really delicious in this recipe too, but I really like the sweetness that the craisins add. I've got a whole green apple that was chopped, and the first thing I want to do before I add it is coat it with some lemon juice so that I know my apples won't turn brown after I put my salad together. So if you just take your chopped apple and put the lemon juice over it, give it a quick little stir to coat it completely, then you're ready to put it in your salad. I'm gonna let it set for just a second. I have 1 can of rinsed and drained garbanzo beans or chickpeas that I'm gonna add in. I have 1/3 of a cup of diced red onion, and I have 1/2 cup of diced or chopped celery. And now that my apples have set for just a minute, I'm going to add my apple pieces in here, and I'm going to give all of that a great big stir, and then we'll be ready to add our dressing. You can see how beautiful this salad is going to be once we get it all assembled and put together. The green apple and the green broccoli all just complement each other. I'm pouring now on my dressing. This is one of those salads that you want to refrigerate and let sit for at least 4 to 6 hours. And actually, if you let it set overnight, the leftovers are actually better the next day. So if you have a day ahead that you can prep it, it's even better the next day. I'm going to give this a good stir. Make sure it gets all the pieces coated. This is great if you have a family gathering, you want to take it. It's good for winter, it's good for summer, it's good anytime. The chickpeas provide protein. The broccoli gives you those beautiful phytonutrients that you need for your cruciferous vegetables that really feed that gut bacteria that we're trying to cultivate and keep our immune system strong. This time of year too, you really need to focus more on your self-care. It's very important when you're doing so much for other people that you take the time to refill your own cup, because once your cup gets empty, it gets very hard to get it refilled again. Make sure you're getting your sleep, make sure you're getting your water intake in, and make sure you're taking those 10 or 15 minutes a day to just relax and either meditate or whatever to clear your mind of all of the things that are bothering you and just relax and take deep breaths. Make sure you're getting in some movement. I know it's hard to get outside and walk when it's this cold for me, so I try to incorporate small movements throughout the day. Go to the gym, to hit the treadmill or the elliptical. Make sure you're keeping your body moving. And here we have our beautiful salad, and I'll be right back with it plated. Here we have our beautiful broccoli salad ready to serve, full of those delicious greens that we need to keep our bodies healthy and active. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe as much as my family did. I took it for a Christmas dinner and it was very well received, even by those people who aren't whole food plant-based eaters. Remember, you can see more of my videos here and here. And please don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up because it really helps me out. Remember, until next time, plants are the best medicine, and Happy New Year.